live, assuming everything is good. It looks like everything is good. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. Alrighty. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to some more Minecraft. It's like I never left. We're doing this immediately after the last stream. Ain't it wonderful? Yeah, no. Well, not immediately after. You know what I mean. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, last time we had some fun chatting about the new sorter for the collection, and this time we're going to follow up with the most important thing that I've kind of deemed is necessary from that experience, which is we need to get slime. I know that sounds like not the thing that we need next, but we need slime so that we can make our one tile wide droppers. And the best way for us to do that is to dig out the slime farm some more. I spent some time in between episodes already, and I've been working on digging this out a bit. I basically went and finally dug out the water segment that's right here. I've kind of, channeled around to be very deep over here. And then I just decided, screw it, I'm digging all the way straight down at once, for some of these. And that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. Today's going to be a little bit of a chatty stream while I just kind of sit back, spend some time with you guys yapping about random things, whatever I can think of, basically. And we're just going to sit here and we're going to enjoy the time mining. I might yell at somebody in my Discord to come join me and enjoy the yap session, mayhapsively, just because, we're sitting here, basically just mining away at stuff. I also went and got myself some fireworks because, well, this is an annoying hole to get myself out of, and I wanted to be able to head up to the bed relatively quickly without having to set it, a million times. Like, basically, it's something that just is easier if I just, have access to it. So figured we would. I'm gonna also quickly just double check, make sure that my stream is properly running. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. And it looks like we are. I'm just triple checking. Yeah, okay. Okay, my stream's been running properly. It just wanted to be a little bit picky is all. That's good to see. But yeah, no, so, I hope you all have been watching some of the recent videos. We've been having a lot of fun with, like, the Blueprint series, the Lingo series. I, have a wonderful announcement about the Lingo series. I have officially beaten level 2 now. I need to finalize and, clear it within the Lingo Discord. Just mark that I have completed level 2 in there, in the Lingo Discord. But, yeah, no, I've gone and done that as well. That was something that's fun recently. I don't remember exactly how many episodes it is until that will occur, so I apologize about that. I can't give you like a rough guesstimate, but it is a fun watch all the way through until that point. Blueprints, we recently solved a fair few major puzzles all in one day, so we've got a god run coming up. That's a wonderful thing to add in to all of this. Like, there is a wonderful god run coming up soon for you guys to watch that is going to be really, really fun. And Silksong, we're still skonging. I mean, Silksong's one of my favorite series to record, just because I love playing Silksong, but there's not that many people, I think, watching it, so I'm kind of in the boat of like, look, I understand those who don't enjoy it, but, you know, like, Silksong is really freaking fun to me. I do wish some more people would be watching that series, though, because I really think that Silksong is one of the funner series that I get to record and, you know, do. But yeah, no. And then there's, you know, Minecraft. I mean, I went and finalized everything. It was a tight fit for the last few items. Especially because so many of them were uncategorized, basically. But, other than the mobs, of which I have deemed are going to get a 10 wide cage for each of them. Like, everything is within the collection now. At least every item is prepped and ready for us to build their sorters, build their items. You know, we've got a map, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The diagram has been completed, and yeah, we need these 1 tile wide dropper systems. I should have, no, I've gotten that one before. I also just, you know, need to go through sit and just dig this out anyways, so that we're getting slime balls and slime blocks. And then the other thing that I really need to do is I need to start working towards coding out a bunch of the crafters. Like, I kind of need to sit down and just like, just figure out the coding for them, because like, all of my time to keep making the crafters as tightly woven as possible kind of ends up in a position where it's like, okay, there's a lot of things that want to work with each other, and then I keep messing some stuff up, and yeah. I have realized there is some better ways to do some stuff that I need to use, specifically using 1 tile wide crafters seems, or, using 2 crafters per crafter seems to help out a bit. So that's something that's important. I need to make sure that, like, you know, hoppers lock properly. There's a fair few things that I need to do that just, you know, I need to sit and just have a fun time with. But yeah, no, today's gonna be a long stream of me digging. My hopes is I have at least 1 chunk fully mined by the end of today's stream. That would be huge to get something like that done. I mean, especially because this is a 5x6, so we need to dig this, what, F3G? We'd be digging this all the way over to here, and then all of this would go as well, so, like, you know, we're on the small side of that, but, like, I've dug most of this out already, sorry. I dug a fair bit of this out already, just in a couple of hours last night, so I'm not too worried about how long it'll take, and I'll do the next 3 all at once on this line. I'm just kind of clearing this out. But yeah, no, I mean, so far we've gotten a lot done really quickly. I will probably at the end of each hour have to run and, you know, go refill at the EXP farm all of our, you know, needed experience for everything. But, yeah, no, I mean, so far, like I said, this has been a relatively easy experience for us to do. It's just, it takes a while. I would love to get myself a beacon for all of this, and the other thing is I should also go get, like, efficiency 5, you know, seeing as we have Dino set up with, I don't know if I've gotten the deep slate, iron. I really need to go check and clear out, like, which ones I do have over there. Because I know we have this because I have it sitting up in a box right now. Yeah, no, I need to figure out which ones I have in the collection already, because if I have a block missing in the collection, I kind of am like, oh, I should use from the dig, I mean, I should use the dig to, like, put that block in the collection, you know? Like, it's something that I should just take care of. Yeah, no, we've gotten everything set up, we've gotten everything nice and neatly put together. Excuse me. Do. And yeah, we can go and just very quickly drop some stuff off. I'm gonna need some more chests pretty soon. Just because we're running out of chest space, basically. Like, so we're aware, filled this, almost have started to fill that, and then we got that. So we're about halfway full. It's okay, that's my typical time of saying we're full, is when we're like halfway, I swear. Yeah, let's go get the rest of these down. Yeah, no. Today's just gonna be chatting, me having fun, me doing kind of whatever. I mean, if people show up and just want to chat, ask questions, I am very much happy and willing to answer. Otherwise, I mean, you know, I'm gonna just talk about random things, as I think of them. Mugenics came out recently. New wonderful game by Edmund McMillan. I would love to be playing that game. I sadly, just haven't had the money to buy it yet. You know, teehee. I don't really have the ability to work in a job while I'm at college, because of stuff that I'm doing. And you know, the way college is, I mean, streams are arguable when I need to do them sometimes, so and the recording schedule is relatively simple and easy, and you know, I get to relax whenever I'm streaming, which is something that is relatively necessary. If I was working a job alongside the college stuff right now, for me, it would be too much stress for my tiny little brain, and negative fun for my tiny little brain. I need to sit a little bit further back. There we go. Also, I mean, like, I've tried to get a job in this town. Like, the job market is just annoying for me. I wish I could be working a job doing all the many things that I need to take care of at the same time as this, but, you know, it's a wonderful mess. Alrighty. Dig. But yeah, no. I would love to get to play that game eventually, mayhaps for the channel, mayhaps just for myself. I mean, it's a strategy game. I mean, come on, like, I am the strategy gamer. I've made my own tabletop RPG. Oh yeah, speaking of making my own tabletop RPG, tomorrow we are having another MDOT stream. It is going to be amazing. The group just entered a new area, so now is a good time to get to see the group, see, you know, what they're up to, how they're doing, you know, what everything is going on. I'm just gonna yoink these. I'm pretty sure I've already grabbed these, but, you know, it's always worth it to just quickly yank out a few more. And then I'm gonna turn this way, because if I don't, if I turn this way, it at least keeps me, you know, over digging, just points towards the direction that we need to dig out anyway, so, you know, yippee. But yeah, no, I mean, New NDOD stream coming out, new area means perfect time to jump in, especially with the not so long ago recap that we did on stream, which is really fun. And like I said, I kind of intend to keep doing the recaps that way. Just whenever something can't happen for MDOD, I will just cover by doing a recap day, because the recap days are very fun to do. All that I have to do for that is tonight I need to go through and place a bunch of the enemies. I've already triple checked the enemies have all the stats, so we're not in the awkward position where I keep, for some odd reason, forgetting to put movement speeds on certain enemies, cough cough slimes. So we should be good. And yeah, everything's all put together, ready and prepped, and I think this next area is going to be really fun. I have a little devious mechanic that I am going to be forcing them to have to deal with while they're in this area, which they're probably not going to like me for, but I mean, you know, that's the way of the game, I guess. I don't know what else to say other than he who, it's the way things are gonna be. I mean, seeing since we're up here, I might as well quickly do a sleep. Didn't really intend to go flying all the way up there, but I got a bad firework on the first set, so do. I'm like, I'd like to shove this somewhere where I can, you know, get more and whatnot, but meh. Alrighty. Let's keep digging. Yeah, let's dig out these two right here, and then do it again. Doop-de-woo. But no, I mean, it's been really nice actually getting to sit and do all this digging, because like it's really just like relaxing, sitting here and doing this. I mean, I've been meaning to do this for a while. Just sit here, dig, yap while I do so, or you know, like take care of a bunch of things. Plus, I mean, the good news is while we're doing this, things like the iron farm are getting ready. And we need a fair bit of iron golems. I don't know if I've directly told anybody yet, but like I'm kind of actually thinking of the mob farm that we run here not really being a not being a typical mob farm. Like I could do the water stream mob farms, but I'm kind of thinking, seeing as I'm gonna be running the slime farm in the same chunk, why not just merge the two farms together anyways? Because I kind of really think that it'll just be nicer to have them come through the same spot. Yes, I know that means rates are going to be lower for each of them. I am very much aware that this is not going to be an effective slime farm or an effective mob farm. The main thing that I need out of it, though, is gunpowder and slime, basically. Like bones, I'm going to be honest, I've kind of gotten to a point where we don't need them. Plus, we have the bone farm if I really do need them for stuff like trees and whatnot. Like, we're relatively good on everything. I don't need too much stuff here and there. And when I do, you know, it's a relatively easy thing to get going on. But you know, things like, I mean, slime we need a bunch of at any given time, but I mean, again, you know, we just need to sit here and run the farm, basically, if that's the case. Which, you know, with how much work we're going to be doing on the collection, I mean, we're going to be sitting here and running it pretty consistently. So, I'm not too worried. I just want to get it made. Plus, also, you know, like, as soon as I can get the collection swapped out running its new system, the better, in my opinion. Because I really want to get using that new sorter just because it's so much more effective than having a million items in a water stream running everywhere. It's cleaner, it's more efficient, it's less laggy, it's less of a problem, you know, like I'm not worried about, you know, I'm not worried about stuff if I can, you know, get that one made. Or the sooner I can get the copper golem sorter made, the better, basically. Plus, we also get the wonderful experience of getting to mine all of this out and get a bunch more copper so I can make more copper golems. Yeah, no, I think we're actually using a relatively effective setup. Like, I haven't gone in and set up the copper golems just yet, but just having those walls in place, making sure that, you know, everything is working and whatnot. Seems to be pretty good. Yes, I know the old staircase runs through here, but it's so fun to just sit here and delete all of the dirt in one sitting, so I do not care about that dirt right now. Do 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 doop doop. And yoink. There we go. And off we continue. Yeah, no, I've been kind of like, I kind of realized that, like, that staircase was gonna exist, and I was like, you know, at some point I have to just make the jump to just using my, using gunpowder and, you know, putting in all of the, making some fireworks, basically, seeing as, you know, we need to. And I remembered we have a gunpowder farm, and like a few nights ago I just sat and AFK'd at the gunpowder farm while I was like making and eating some dinner, you know, doing some chores around here. Taking care of things, basically. And I was like, you know, while I'm leaving at AFK, I should probably just, you know, sit at the witch farm, gather myself some redstone, some gunpowder, seeing as, you know, I kind of need a bunch of that in the future. We have like 8 stacks of redstone blocks that I have sitting around now. Like, I need to put redstone blocks into the collection soon because of, dear lord, how much redstone that farm, like, puts out. If you know what you're doing, it's kind of a bit insane, actually. The other thing is as I've said, I do actually, like, I have been considering, like, going through and loading, each one of these farms, or not farms, each one of these main areas, like, with an ender pearl stasis chamber. I need to go through and eventually we're just gonna test and see how much choppier that makes the game. But I am starting to think, like, you know, for the Nether's version of the Great Bridge Project, we are going to inevitably need to do that for things like the witch farm, basically, so that items can get passed on over from there to the collection and just automatically sort themselves as they come in. Like, there's a fair few things where I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, we kind of need to start working on stuff like that pretty soon. So, yeah, no. Well, that was a nice fail. Whoop-de-doo. This does look really sick, though. Like, I've just enjoyed doing this because of how sick it looks as well. Like, I mean, looking at this farm from above, like, I hopped on my wings last night after I had finished the mining and was like, I'm gonna set up the stream real quick, and I was like, you know, how do I do this? How do I get a, you know, better than average screenshot? And I was like, screw it, I'm going to get a screenshot while I'm up there flying on my wings. So I went and did that. you know, got us really high flying, and then was like, oh my god, okay, this is a dangerous task to do, because I was worried that I was going to crash into something while I was, you know, confirming the screenshot, basically. And yeah, that was fun. Also, cinematic mode disabling the what's it called? Disabling the quick flip turn, like it lowers the sensitivity for you know, for your cinematic stuff. That was also a bit crazy. I was like, oh dear lord, I'm going to crash because of cinematic mode, aren't I? Yeah, no, I mean, we're actually moving pretty quickly through this. Like, what, we're 25 minutes into the stream. I've just been yapping, having fun, and here we are already at a 6x6 from the 5x5. We're about to jump it to a 6x7. Nobody say anything at all. If you say the thing, I will be mad. But I mean, yeah, we're moving at a decent pace, actually. And yoink, yoink, yoink. Alrighty. Plus, I also get the fun experience of just, you know, going and, yeah, let's go all the way up and dump some stuff. Why not? Seeing as we're here relatively, might as well go on and dump. Do 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 do. And yeah. Whoop. Alrighty, and then hop, hop, hop. Yep, this is our line. And down we go. Do 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 do. Boop do do do. Oh yeah, we're gonna get weird breaks now because we're digging through that we're digging through the stairs over here. You know, my way out in case the wings break is going bye-bye. No, I'm kind of glad that we've been collecting all of this, because it's, first off, just good stuff for the collection. Second off, it's just a lot of great resources for when we get factoring. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I do really need to sit down and just, we need to start prepping the factory, actually, like digging it out, you know, making some of the areas, figuring out how it's going to connect in and whatnot. Like there's a fair few important pieces that need to go into place on each of the areas that I'd really like to just, you know, get set up on and get working with, because I mean the factory will be a really great benefit. The thing is like, once I have the factory, I kind of need to have it set up that, like, every block that's coded in the factory is another block that needs to, as soon as possible, be within the collection. And I mean, where we've now got the collection, you know, set up, programmed, and, or like, you know, planned, I can sit down and do that. I mean, like, we can sit down and work them out. I just also need to, as I've said, go through and look at all the items that only cost, like, one material type. And we just need to set those all in a line, and that is the factory, basically, for those items. Like, we're not doing anything fancy. Those ones just go, basically. Whoop-de-doo. I love digging away. You know, I could go through and turn on some, like, my music, but this is, you know, I mean, Minecraft has its own music. Whoop-de-doo. Of course, it's silent right now. Oh yeah, I've been enjoying a lot of so for those of you who don't know, I listen to a huge amount of Vocaloid music. Like honestly, Vocaloid has been like a major inspiration for me from like the music side of things. Like I I've listened to way too much Miku and way too much freaking like Tato, especially because like last semester, freaking Tato music carried me through that last semester. Like I do not even care to admit that that is basically truth. I mean, my project was inspired almost or yeah, my project was inspired by a set of lyrics from a Jamie Page song. So love that for me. Um, but yeah, no, I kind of have I've been listening to a lot of stuff recently, and freaking Bitbreaker, dear God, they have released a good song recently. Like I already love their original song, God Only Knows, but freaking, of course, I'm bad with song titles, and now I'm like, is it freaking Never Deserve It, I believe, or whatever it is. No, it's You Make Me Sick. That's what it is. That one has been a banger song for me, and I missed a fair few things here. Yoink. Ow. And ow. Did I miss any more? It does not look like I did. Okay, let's launch. But no, I'll find myself randomly singing some Vocaloid songs to myself whenever I'm working. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to quit that. Nah, friggin' if Wolf Doge were here right now, it'd be a question of, hi, yes, you should sing, and my singing voice sucks, especially when I'm, streaming and whatnot. Like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, I jokingly, spider. I was like, what is that? I was like, is there a creeper nearby? There probably is, so I'm just gonna quickly do that real quick before we get creepered. Because I don't want to get creepered. Just throw those out into the ocean real quick. Ha! Ha! There is a creeper. Alrighty. Well, here. You help me mine. You didn't really do that well. I'm kind of sad, actually. That creeper did, like, nothing. Here. Whoop-de-doo. But no, I do actually kind of wish that I was better at singing. Just because it is kind of fun to get to do that type of stuff, and I also have been wanting to do it because of like MDOD music side of things. Like I would love to vocalist or be the vocalist for some of my music stuff that I'm producing through MDOD. I mean, Black Bear also is doing some music stuff for MDOT as well, but sometimes she's not always capable to or able to, write the songs as fast as I tend to need them. So, like, it is one of those things where, like, my demand is so high that I still have to sit down and write the music. I know that my music is nowhere near as good as Black Bear's music, but, like, I do want to sit down and legitimately, like, there is a part of me who is like, dude, I would love to be able to vocalize for some of these because it is so freaking more powerful if I had some small, like, nonsense vocals in there for what I'm after on some of these. Problem is Musiscore's system for the vocals is not good, like, at all. It doesn't follow any like lyricking systems. You can't, you can't Vocaloid off of it, which is, what you'd hope you'd be able to do if you were able to do something like that. No, and that's the other thing. Like, there's been an awkward moment where I have sat and considered, wait a minute, do I legitimately get like, get like a free Vocaloid system set up and just, start trying to tune a free Vocaloid to be the the vocals behind some of these that I've wanted, and then I'm like, no, that's way too cringy. That no, people would look at me like I'm crazy, But I'm like, I mean, there has been a part of me that has considered, is what I'm trying to say here. Who knows? Maybe if I don't feel confident enough by the time I reach the final boss, music writing for that campaign, I probably will sit and mayhaps do that. It is very much a major mayhaps, though. Like, it'd be something that would be a mark on the M.Dot history that I'm like, do I really want to do that? And that's kind of what's holding me back from doing it, is because I don't want it marking the M.Dot history as something that I've done, because that just sounds like a dumb idea, in my opinion. So, I would much rather just learn and get good at, singing or music if I intend to do anything like that. Which, I mean, I am still kind of sad that some of the tracks that I really enjoy the writing for have gotten, like, 0 views, ever. I mean, granted, the thing is like, I kind of shoot myself in the foot a teeny bit by being a variety, YouTuber. If I really wanted to get a viewer base for something, I need to sit and, like, actually just upload daily MDOT. And I'm going to be honest, there has been times where I've actually started considering that, where I just entirely, move away from doing all the variety gaming, all that fun jazz, and just start, like, start only doing, like, streams and MDOT stuff. Meaning, like, any of my variety games would be all streamed at all. And I'd just do MDOT videos, and they'd be almost like, they'd be daily MDOT videos, which would be, it'd be a lot of work, is the thing. I don't think I could reasonably sit through and do that. I'd get a lot done if I did. But there are times where I'm sitting and working on stuff with MDOT, and it just takes me so freaking long to do. And also, the other thing is like, the devlogs, I'm gonna be honest, the devlogs, that I've done in the past have not been that well received. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what to do with MDOT. I'd love to be able to run it, like, every day, run the sessions, because the sessions are what give me views, really. And friggin' Toaster has been killing it on views. I love that he is one of the main members of Project Midnight, because him getting all these views means effectively we're getting all these views. It's nice to see him getting a bunch of views. Like, I think last MDOT episode for him got 110 last I checked, which was like yesterday or something, which is insane to me. Like, I've kind of just been hoping and praying that as soon as I can get monetized and whatnot, like, we're able to start selling MDOT. Like, I need to sit down and actually set up, like, a Patreon for it and whatnot, and, go through and just start doing all the work for it. Because I need to get the artists paid, basically. Like, it's one thing that kind of sits in the background of my mind is like, well, the artists are fine with waiting right now, and I see that as fine because, you know, there has been some angst between the members towards art and payments and everything else. Like, there is a sort of thing where I am like, you know, I would love to actually get everybody in the group, like, started being paid for all their work, because the team does do a lot of work. I just, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we need to get taken care of for MDOT, and I've been really loving the work on it, and I would love to get the ability to work more on it, basically, is the best way to put it. Like, I just want to see the team doing, you know, more, and I'd love to get to work more and do more for MDOT. Cause, you know, like, MDOT's like my friggin' baby. We're on like 6 years of me working on MDOT at this point. Or even longer. We're on like 7, almost 8 years, I think. Like, yeah, it's crazy. I've been working on this game for far too long, and the main reason is it's just because, like, it deserves more. I deserve putting more work and effort into it, and, you know, like, it deserves a lot more progress in it. It deserves a lot more solid rulings on certain things. Like, there's a lot of stuff in it that I need to sit down and work on, that I really enjoy working on, that I would like to, you know, continue to work on. And I mean, I know that not everybody enjoys MDOT, but, like, you know, seriously, if you enjoy anything I do, watch the MDOT streams. They are pure what I do. They are pure chaos. They are pure me being an absolute gremlin, me having fun, me trying to solve stuff. Like, it is literally, like, if you want good streams to go watch, or if you want good streams from me to go watch the MDOT streams. I've never been more proud of anything on my channel than the Depths of the Blighted Heart series. Yeah, no, it is truly kind of a wonder that series has done as well as it has, but, like, you know, I want it to keep doing good as well. Like, I want it to keep being that way, where we can all, like, you know, keep playing it and keep having fun together, because seriously, like, having the MDOT team together for stuff is wonderful. Also, like, you know, I'm approaching the end of my college career. Inevitably, once I can get myself into, you know, a good job and a good apartment and whatnot, like, the Depths of the Blighted Heart series is going to be consistently, like, every 2 weeks, relatively soon. Like, not within the soonness of, you know, like, this year, but, like, you know, we are approaching that point where it's like, hey, wait a minute, it's going to be full-time on that MDOT stuff, you know, pretty soon. Or not full-time, like, every 2 weeks on that MDOT stuff pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited about that. Like, I would love to get to, you know, get to not have the summer break for the MDOT series. The main reason, by the way, why I have that is people, I'm sure, know, is just I am unable to stream consistently when I am home, just due to family life and whatnot. So, like, I basically just do streaming whenever I'm here at college, just for the fun fact of, like, you know, it's fun to get to sit down and stream, and as I've said earlier, it helps me relax, it helps me think, it helps me clear my head so that I can do better on my assignments. Like, I'm not kidding, there is plenty of times where I have said to myself, I think my streaming has actually benefited me greatly towards my college capabilities, where I otherwise could have lacked. Like, it is genuinely a help just in, you know, the speaking side of things. Like, I think I speak more clearly in classes. I listen better. Like I think more clearly due to me having done streaming. Now, granted, we all know streamer brain is a real thing that I have to deal with in the middle of these, but, you know, we're talking of outside of stream whenever I'm, you know, talking to a single person or whatnot instead of, you know, the infinite void that is chat. Like, God. Nah, oh yeah, the Rain World series has also been doing amazingly as well. Like, we're heading towards our second Watcher ending, whatever that may be. I've been having so much fun with the Watcher series. Like, it genuinely is so fun. I think it is peak Rain World for me, which is saying something because of how much, like, despite how difficult Hunter was, like, my favorite character to play. Just because of how interesting his entire campaign might as well be. Oh my god, sorry. I'm choking a little bit on my nose because I have a teeny bit of a cold, just brewing. Yeah, it was very funny. I was recording episodes this week for Blueprints, you know, the God Run and whatnot. And one of the funny things about it is, and I'll tell the story in full whenever we're in there, is like halfway through the episode, I have to leave to head to a class because the God Run is going that long. And then I come back within like 30 minutes later because it's like, oh, class was canceled today. There's just been some funny stuff that I've gotten to have occur recently. Oh my god. I am about to go bother one of the MDOT people and just be like, hey, come sit and join in on the damn stream. Because I need somebody to yap to / yap with while I dig a hole. And doink. Doink. Alrighty. Yeah. Think we're gonna need to refill on some yeah, we're gonna need to refill on some fireworks here in a minute. As I slowly fall all the way down this thing. Ow! That one was a much larger fall than intended. Didn't realize I had dug that one out. That was probably where the dirt was. Woo! Woo! Ow. Alrighty, those two, I'm gonna be honest, we're just gonna have to leave for a bit. You know, they say never dig straight down, and here I am breaking that rule because of, you know, this. Do-do-do. 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 And break all of that. There we go. Ow. Okay, fine. Oh, Jesus. I almost messed that up. Sorry, I'm still new to using wings. I haven't ever used them in survival Minecraft. Let's go get me new fireworks. Well, okay, we're going this way. I missed, so we're going this way. Crap. Alright, well, I think now is a good time to, you know, take a break possibly and, you know, go drop some items off, you know, go get some new things. I mean, look, at least it was only right here. Oh my god. Okay. Let me see what all I've got, because I am carrying a bunch of stuff on me. I am missing my gear. And, like, I am missing a piece of gear. What is this? That's a random boat that's been discarded. I think we have everything else. So, okay. We're all good. We're all clear. I just need to go grab new, I need to go grab a bit of new rockets and dump some stuff, you know, like, whoopsies. Oh my god. That was funny. That was funny. Alright. And bop 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 bop. There we go. That should be all the easy stuff cleared. Yeah, we probably should. I mean, first off, the firework stuff, and then yeah. Why do I randomly have coal on my hotbar? Because I picked it up. Yeah, we probably should go grab us our stuff. Just head this way like this. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. And yoink. Do-do-do-do. Need to get some EXP. Because I am dumb. I am stupid dum-dum. And I have caused pain to me. Alrighty, there it is. There's the wonderful farm. And I actually love how this farm has come together. It's been really nice for me to just be able to come over here and get like a bunch of EXP really quickly, as well as, you know, a bunch of golden stuff that I inevitably need to turn this into the bartering farm, because like it does just cook. I need... Oh. Why is... Why are basic unenchanted... Or why are swords going in here? Swords don't belong in here. They belong over here. Oh, you know what? I need to be careful slamming that much stuff in there that quickly, because that can actually kill some things. Yeah. Anyways, excuse me, guys. Yoink. Yoink. Yeah, just sit here. I just need, like, 2 snowballs. I don't need all the snowballs. And hang on. And like, this is the fun part, is Getting this all set up without losing a bunch of drops. Perfect. There we go. Ow. 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 Somebody's got a spear in there and it hurts. There we go. And just look how quickly that has repaired everything. Doink. Doink. And there we go. Again, like I've said in the past, I do need to go through and put, like, I need to swap it out for nether wart blocks. So that they, you know, actually only spawn the zombie piglins here. Because I have legitimately, you know, like, we legitimately should be only spawning zombie pigs. It's either that or I need to do magma, because, they don't, the other piglins don't spawn on magma. And, you know, while I thought that the fear would, make the, other piglins, you know, head this way, it really doesn't. So, you know, it is, like, a whole thing where I do legitimately need to, go through and just do that. Alright, this gets to sit here. This can go in. Have we... Wow, it actually magically ran out of juice. That is a shock, because this thing, like, never does that. I am actually kind of surprised that that happened. Sit this in there, sit this and this in there. Alrighty, and then let's go... I'm assuming it's just because I killed a certain subset of them too quickly. I missed. Are you kidding me? There we go. There we go. Now we're getting everything going. See, you occasionally get a piglin that jumps in here, but it's, like, not occasionally enough. That goes there. And then repair this real quick. Perfect, alrighty. Leave all those guys in. Because, yeah, that's really all we need. How's everything going over here? Weapons have not overstocked that hard, I hope, yet. Yeah, they are definitely an overstock. Which we do need to get a smelter for. But that is fine. Alrighty, and here we go. Should be right there. Yep. I'm like, just repaired those wings, and now we're already back to damaging them. Back we go into the hole. Because that is my job, is dig the hole. I dig. Woo. Doop-de-woo. Whoop-de-doo. But yeah, no. In all honesty, like, there is a part of me who does, like, oh my god, that looks crazy. There is a part of me who does want to know, like, what people legitimately would like me to do involved with, like, MDOT stuff, because, like, I really enjoy getting to do all of the wonderful stuff that is both, you know, MDOT and variety. Like, I've enjoyed being a variety, you know, YouTuber, variety streamer, all that fun jazz for a very long while, and I'm not the type of person who can just dedicate himself to a game, you know, out of nowhere. Like, I dedicate myself to a game until I beat that game, and if I were to, you know, if I were to not be variety and do stuff, we'd be playing a bunch of strategy games, and a bunch of, like, Final Fantasy-esque, but, like, I love puzzle games as well, so, like, I enjoy putting the puzzle games on the channel. Like, it's just one of the things that I really like being able to do is just all of the different things. So, like, I don't ever really want to stop being variety, but, like, you know, if people enjoyed watching me do, like, just more MDOT or stuff, like, you know, it is on the boat of something that I have started to consider, like, that I do shift almost directly just straight to MDOT related things only from here on out. But, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right, and also, I mean, like, the channel's already been going in a certain way. I don't want to, like, ever have it stop going in that certain way. And, like, you know, the Minecraft series, like, what happens to it if I, you know, suddenly stop doing that? Like, there's so many series that, like, would just suddenly randomly stop having their videos or anything like that. Like, I'd finish up on certain series, and then, like, you know, there's the stream stuff. Like, this Minecraft world, this is my forever Minecraft world. Like, I'm not ever intending to really stop playing in this world, basically. Like, I may move around, I may, you know, like, I may finish up the collection at one point, and then, you know, in a future update, have to do it again, but, like, this is the world that I intend to play in for, like, the rest of Minecraft's lifespan, basically. Like, I enjoy it that much, basically. You know. And I mean, sure, there's times where I'm doing dumb things in it, and I don't enjoy it, and I need a little break from it, because, you know, the Forever World is something I always come back to, basically. But, yeah, no. Just, it's a thing. It's a whole thing. I need to, I need to sit and really, like, work on stuff with M.2. Like, I want to make it something that, I can legitimately present to you guys more consistently, and, you know, I can feel the enjoyment out of the community more consistently myself. Because that is one thing, is I'm feeling like MDOT isn't getting enough notice for what it is, and yeah, it's something I want to see getting more notice. You know, I'm lucky to have what fan base I do have. I'm lucky to get what I get out of it. Doesn't mean I don't want to see, you know, better stuff showing up for it, because, you know, I've worked on it for so long. I've got so many of my friends into it. I've gotten so much stuff going with it. Like, genuinely, it's unbelievably fun, and I want to, you know, I want to give that fun to other people. That's always been why I make games. That's why I make videos. That's why I do everything, is I want to see people having fun, basically. Like, I love providing fun to people, and fun experiences. It's also why I'm in architecture. It's why I do all this stuff. Like, I do everything because I want to provide for the world around me, and, you know, make things better for people, you know? I don't know. Things get a little sappy whenever I'm standing still alone on stream for almost, what are we, an hour? Yeah, jeez. Like, as I said, I kind of want to get a lot of this done today, but, like, dear lord, was kind of hopeful that somebody would at least be joining the stream by now so that I could yap. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, again, you know, there are so many of my videos that just fade into nothingness that don't really have anything special about them that's different from how other streamers do it, that just, you know, go, oh, well, I guess we're not doing good on this one, or, you know, whatever. It's alright. No, the other thing is like, I'm also thinking about, like, you know, what the long term of this world is, like, what do I do in between updates type thing, you know, when that's actually a legitimate concern. And, like, I'm gonna be honest, there is a part of me who's like, you know what'd be crazy? Let's build dungeons, let's rebuild Dungeons of Thrall Malok in this world. You know, play it with people, have the fun with it. Like, I legitimately think Malok has its sort of place in this world, and also, you know, building some of the other future Dungeons of Thrall stuff. And I know that some people just, like, jumped out of their seat because there hasn't been a Dungeons of Thrall video in almost 2 years. Yeah, putting it simply, Dungeons of Thrall kind of had to take a major backseat with some of the stuff going on in my life. And look, if I could rebuild it in this world, you know, do some stuff with it, I think I'd be much more interested in it. I also would like to say that I think I want to make some major rule changes to Malok, just because Malok was slow. Like, it is a slog to complete. I'm not kidding. I think there are quite a fair few pieces of Malok that I need to go through and legitimately change, just balance wise, because there are certain parts of it where enemies deal quite a fair bit too much damage in the early game, but, like, scaling them is really hard, you know? Like, there's a bunch of things that I need to go through and just add to it, but, like, I really do want to go back to, like, Malok and some of the other projects that I've been working on in the background of MDOT and just show them and, like, you know, include them as something I do in this world. Because it'd be fun to get to play Malok, you know, like, as a board game again. And logistically, you know, do so, basically. Like, of course, there's a few major components that obviously get lost, like, there's a certain mechanic that some people I don't think have realized yet existed within it in the Discord that would, like, entirely get changed because it'd be predictable the way that things work. Yeah, it'd be a whole thing. Like, Malok is a game that I do legitimately want to see put in, though, just because, like, it is something that I had so much fun designing, and I do want to actually complete playing that and then, you know, return to the Dungeons of Thrall stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I would like to do, basically, is all I'm gonna say, with some of the old things. I really need to light up some of the area down here. There we go. That goes like that. And then put this here, put this here. We really just need to stick torches on the walls, basically, because the walls are what's staying until we're way lower. I also need to get better at using elytra for parkour, I think, in this world. Because it is something that I do know that you can do. There we go. No, some of those more major, bigger Dungeons of Thrall games though that were going to be built in Minecraft, it would be fun to do them through this. There is just a lot of stuff that like you can't do in vanilla with it is the problem. Like you can do a lot of stuff pseudo vanilla, and then there's things like the Void, which just doesn't work. Like there's some things that I'd have to go through and do, but like, there's some stuff I could do. And Malik is one of them because it's board game, it'd be fun to do it that way, in my opinion, at least. Having the board game, be built and be something that you can do would be fun. Especially because I'd also get to build like each of the areas and, like inspire some people more about like what each area looked like and whatnot, It'd be really, really, really fun. There's also just so much more that I could do with it. Like, it genuinely is one of those things where I'm like, damn, it really would be better to just straight up, like, yeah, there's so much I could do. I would like to do. Oh my god. Dig, 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 dig. Dig into the hole. And there we go. Alrighty, another big line done. I think, if I'm just still in this hole by myself by around about hour 2 of the stream, I'm gonna probably call it, because at that point, like, I'm just working by myself, basically. Having fun yapping. Sure, I am having a bunch of fun doing this, but, like, I think at some point, it would just be, it's kind of empty space, and, at what point do I think this is doing more harm to have on stream than good, and if nobody's here, like, I should probably just end stream at some point. So if nobody shows up in a little bit and I don't have the ability to start yapping soon, I will probably just call it a stream there and just, keep working on this in the background myself. I mean, inevitably this is kind of what the Minecraft streams really the Minecraft stream world, pretty soon I kind of just like, this is what the back half of the world is, kind of, to me, where I have to just sit and start mining, mining things like this, nonstop, dig out all these holes, dig out all these projects, work on all these things. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that needs to get done. Yeah. Do. Dig this out. Yeah, no. What else do I have that's funny to talk about? Oh yeah, no. One of my, I don't know if people have done this, but so through my Discord, if you look at my Discord profile and whatnot, it says I've been playing a mod pack for almost 1,000 hours straight. A Minecraft mod pack for almost 1,000 hours straight as I get hiccups. We're currently sitting at around about 700. Next Sunday, not this Sunday that's coming up, but next Sunday, I get the wonderful experience of, I get to watch it tick over. And, I'm gonna tick over to 1,000. I'm going to be, doing that, or I'm going to be enjoying watching that myself, but it is a very funny thing that I have going on soon that is like, oh yeah, we're about to tick over to 1,000 hours straight of a Discord glitch. It is funny to think about how quickly time flies. Like those, that is that 1,000 hours is like just over a month or something like that. Like it's crazy how quickly time flies. And that seeing that timer has definitely been a thing that like has legitimately made me feel like, oh my god, time is flying by. But like at the same time, you know, it is still nice to have the funny moment of, damn, this thing really does think I've been playing for 1,000 hours straight. I want it to be known, by the way, I have not been playing that game for 1,000 hours straight. I haven't played that mod pack in almost like 2 weeks, actually. I've been too busy with school stuff, been too busy with, you know, stream stuff, prepping things, making sure that the MDOD series like is going to have its next area properly. Like I've been busy, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Making sure that things are gonna happen for stuff that I, you know, enjoy and whatnot, and like getting that stuff done has kept me away from, you know, working on like the science of that world and whatnot and the whole factory that it is. And I've just been like, look, I can't work on that stuff right now. I'm sorry. And the timer's like, it's okay, we're still climbing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, no, like Discord is glitched so hard on that, and I've tried to be like, look, you know, guys, like, come on, fix it. Some of my friends have even like pointed like, hey, this is not accurate at all. Their timer is not that far in on that, you know, for it to fix. So like the 1,000 hour milestone is going to be, oh, stream just cut. The 1,000 hour milestone is going to be an important one, but that is, you know, that's just gonna be one of the funny little points in there. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, we are back live. Good. Everything's good. I just dropped like a few hundred frames basically, so just a few seconds. Nothing to worry about. I really wish that I had dug that better. Because that hole right there is not an easy one to get repaired. Yoink. Here, let's go hop, skip, jump. There we go. Hole filled. Do. Yeah, no, I mean, one of the great things about, or one of the nice things that I've had, or that I've just kind of gotten into the groove of recently is like how much the stuff here just kind of melts away. Like, you know, I've been digging for quite a long time, and like we've got an 8x8 here now. Like, yeah, it's getting longer to dig each each X by Y, you know. But like, we are actually digging it relatively quickly, and things are just kind of melting away, basically, you know. And the good news is the further I dig, you know, inevitably the shape will just kind of clear it out, so that eventually, you know, like I'm digging less to cover more, basically. So like it eventually works out where, you know, sure, we're taking a very long time to dig each hole now, but that's also because like I'm nowhere near halfway done. I have confirmed this is a slime chunk, I believe. Like, I need to triple check that. If not, then, well, this is just the mob farm, basically. But yeah, no, this is a slime chunk. I'm pretty sure I remember us triple checking it. I'm pretty sure if I went through and, like, you know, cleared out a few blocks here, set up, like, a tiny little platform, remove some lights and stuff, we'd start getting slimes down here. Like, the problem is slimes don't spawn on bedrock. And I dig everything out that's above the bedrock too quickly. Yeah. No. Actually, you know what? I do want to quickly check, just because I am having that doubt. That's not what I meant. Let's see here. We want... Where is the chunk? Minus 22, minus 4, minus 43. Minus 22, minus 4, minus 43. I want seed map. I just want to see the seed real quick. Just to triple check and make sure, you know, that everything is working. Slime chunks, we want to go zoom in. This is the mangrove over here. These are our two. This is minus 22, minus 43. Yeah, this is the two slime chunk. Okay. So yeah, I am in the right slime. Just, you know, we haven't seen slime yet, which is a bit weird. It is a bit weird. I would love to be a few more chunks that way at the quad, but that would be even more digging than I don't want to do. God, that's crazy. Real chunk error type stuff here. Let me hop. 1, 2, 3. Sure, why not? We're up here. I'm like, we're up here now. Let me just go in and go boop. Do. There we go. And whoosh. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, this is huge. You know, maybe I go through and I just start trying to dig out the next hole, like this one over. You know, get it connected, try and make the connection relatively, and then that would probably be a good spot to end the episode, is just making a big line of cut out stuff here. And also, let me re-swap back over real quick so that I'm able to look at chat, just in case anybody does come in, so that I can yap to people. Because I enjoy yapping. Officer, I would never plead the fifth. I love yapping. God. Friggin' what is that? Freaking night. I forget her name. No, it's a friggin' VTuber meme. Whatever. Anyways, point being, funny. Haha, I laugh. I don't watch VTubers, but you know, I can reference their community because, gosh darn, there are some people in there that are actually kind of funny, occasionally. Dig I dig the hole. I dig the hole. We dig. Oh yeah, UFO 50. Like, I really freaking love UFO 50. I wish we could be playing that more for the channel. A lot of times UFO 50 has just been sitting as the one that's not getting really picked on the polls anymore. And it kind of makes me a little bit sad, especially because, like, that series is so fun to do, and, like, Grimstone as well. Like, I love UFO 50. It is probably one of my favorite games that I've gotten to play, period. Like, it's also really funny, like, so many of the games I'm playing right now on the channel are some of the games that I've gotten to that are, like, really freaking fun to play recently. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, we're in that era where the YouTube channel just plays absolute bangers after absolute banger. And I just kind of get to sit there and be like, well, when I keep rating the games at 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, you know, because they are absolute bangers. I get everybody to think that my ranking system is out of whack, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, guys, you know, I'm having too much fun playing these games. Like, I'm sorry, the game fun, okay? Like, I really do want to play some more UFO 50 because it just is such a fun game to play, and there are so many good games in that game. I mean, you know, on average, I'd say the game quality in there is about an 8 out of 10, which is really freaking good. And I've just been playing some gems recently, just in general. But like, yeah, UFO 50, like, as a collection, is to me an 11 out of 10, just because, God, it's got so much fun stuff. Dig the hole. And keep on digging. There we go. This goes this way, and in we doop, 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 doop. Yeah, no, I've just been having a bunch of fun with all of the games I've gotten to play recently. I legitimately don't think it's very funny because, like, I will randomly go in and reorganize, you know, like, what my favorite games list that I've played is on the Discord, and then, like, I will just sit there and be like, God, it's really hard to compare some of these games to each other. Because, I mean, in a lot of instances, they are hard to, you know, compare to each other. But it is just one of those things where it is like, damn, some of these games are just really freaking good recently. And the funny thing is I know there are certain games that I'm going to be playing as soon as certain series clear up that are going to continue this, because, like, I've already bought the game. I already, you know what to expect somewhat, before I make a series on the game, because I don't really want a repeat of La Pucelle, on the channel, where by the end of it, I had lost so much steam for it, because, like, it wasn't fun to play a game without those types of themes anymore. Like, you know, there are certain games that I enjoy, there are certain games that have good story writing, and I'm like, there are certain games that don't have good story writing, and freaking, whoa, there was some lag there or something. Freaking La Pucelle is one of those games where I'm like, I remember just how quickly I lost intrigue in that game after a while, because it just got, it wasn't even that it was too grindy. Like, the grindy part of it was fine. I enjoyed the grindy part of it, not even gonna lie. That was so close to being Deep Slate Coal. We almost got Deep Slate Coal right there. Oh, that would have been so good. That's like what, this is one of the hard ones to get. In fact, in all honesty, like, I kind of want to dig out a bit around this coal vein just to see if we got lucky, and we did! That is one of the rare ones. Deep Slate Coal ore. Whoo! That's one that I know we do not have, because that one is rarer than diamond. Oh my god, that is sick. Casually got Deep Slate Coal ore today. Look, you know, I mean, you don't expect to see it always. You don't expect to see stuff like that always, but this is why you tune into streams like this, where I'm doing massive digs, just to see if I get lucky enough to get the Deep Slate Coal ore. Now, Deep Slate Emerald is going to be an entire different beast, Deep Slate Emerald is actually way rarer. But Deep Slate Coal, my beloved, thank you. Oh, that is so sick to see. We love getting Deep Slate Coal. Yeah, I am definitely in the boat of I kind of want to finish the line, and then I want to go actually place a few of these ores, see which ones I've gotten from this that I needed to get from it. And then I'm kind of thinking of calling it a stream, actually, just because we're running at about that time where, you know, like, I mean, I could probably do one more line like this. Just, you know, dig us forward a bit and then do that. But yeah, like, I mean, stream is definitely dying off. As much as I'm having fun, you know, I mean, I could sit and yap for hours sometimes, but like, the thing is it's this thing I've kind of noticed with me where I tend to reflect and yap off, or like, work off of whatever is going on in, like, the video or in, you know, in the stream and whatnot, and like, games like Minecraft really work best having a person with you, if you're going to present them for, like, yapping purposes. Or you have to be, like, very dedicated and have your projects be something that, like, you know that you're, like, you have to actively have, like, a project flow to make interesting episodes out of stuff. And, like, well, yeah, this is a strictly stream series because the one time I tried to go into that project flow, I burnt myself out way too quickly, trying to get certain things done too fast. Like, the thing is, you know, like, I just, like, there's some times where it's like, this isn't really fun for, you know, like, streaming exactly. Like, yeah, it's good to do, like, on a stream if you've got, like, a decent fan base that, you know, is willing to sit there and be with you. My fan base is not that big. I've known this for a while. I don't think my fan base will ever grow too big. Like, I hope and pray eventually that MDOT gets, like, a fan base so massive that, like, I'm carried on its shoulders and just am happy about it, but, like, nah, you know, like, whatever happens, happens. How it be is how it be, and I will just be happy with whatever I get out of it. That has always been kind of my mantra, kind of my way of doing it. Yeah, no. I would like to hope that MDOT gets big someday, but if it doesn't, like, so be it, you know? Doop-de-woo. And dig. It also is funny that, like, I've managed to walk myself right back to MDOT twice in this episode, while just sitting here yapping while mining. Like, you'd think it's the only thing I talk about or something, you know? Nah. The other YouTuber another YouTuber that really has inspired me with stuff like MDOT has been Massacre's Mansion. Great YouTuber, does amazing stuff. I originally started watching because of the Uno Amalgam series, but, like, you know, I've actually been watching beyond that just because, or watching, you know, the stuff for Massacres as well, because, like, dude, that is a sick project, and I love seeing stuff like that. I love seeing people, you know, pull effectively what I'm trying to pull and make it work. Like, it is an inspiration. It is, like, you know, it's a case study. It's interesting, fun stuff for me, and, you know, it makes me happy. Like, I like seeing that type of stuff, and I like seeing it work for people, so, like, I want to see it work for, you know, us at Project Midnight, and I want to get it going. And the other thing is, like, I've also kind of got to realize, like, in some sense, I think MDOT also would just, like, there has been times where I've asked myself, is MDOT just funner as, like, a video game outright? Like, does it really need the video game medium to, like, sell itself? And in some aspects, I'd like to say I kind of think it does. Which is part of the reason why I understand that, like, you know, MDOT may not be popular for people now as just a basic tabletop RPG, because it is really complex. It is probably one of the most complex tabletop RPGs out there. I understand and I agree with that. It is something that takes like one simplistic piece and turns it into like 200 that you're juggling at any given time. And I understand that to some people that is daunting. But I have taught people how to play tabletop RPGs in MDOT. Like, for instance, Black Bear, one of the newer members to the team, basically had never played a tabletop RPG before, is now having a really fun time playing their character in the at-home campaign that I do with all of them for, you know, all that fun stuff. And I'm sure if given the option and given the capability, they would have loved to have been a part of the Depths of the Blighted Heart series, because that series is just so fun. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that series is so fun. It just legitimately is interesting, intriguing. It works so well. I have a lot of fun with it. I'd love to, you know, like, I'd love to have some more. I would love to, in the future, once Depths of the Blighted Heart is done, like, legitimately mayhaps do a different one like that. I mean, the thing is my hope is that, you know, inevitably I get more time, more capability to do MDOT stuff. I know that I won't be able to do that always with the group. But, like, the other thing is I also do need to start, you know, like, it's this weird balance where Project Midnight does do a bunch of work and also doesn't do a bunch of work, because we're all people who have a bunch of things that we need to do at any given time, and therefore it's like we have a lot going on. Also, wait a minute, what is this? Oh my god, this is my mine. Oh, like, wait a minute, where is this? This is my mine. God, wow, that's hilarious. I've dug through here before. I was like, why did I randomly just sink a few blocks? Yeah, because we've dug here before, you dingus. That's funny. That's funny that this just goes right by the mines. Which, I mean, sorry about that. Which, I mean, the funny thing is I have stated there is a lot of area that I do want to mine out underneath the mountain, for things like the factory, for things such as, you know, like, just what the final beneath area of the base is going to be as I, you know, work on some of my more bigger projects for the world. Also, that line right there is a nice thing to see. Having all of that just done. And doopty wheel. I do know that we have way too much stuff in my inventory. So we're going to land and get it all put into some chests. Running out of chest space. There we go. And boop. Boop, boop. Yeah, we're out of chest space once I fill this chest right here. You know, I might just go until I fill that up, because that would be something interesting to do, is fill up all of that. Let's go grab some more of the blocks so I'm not losing losing all of this, because all of this is worthy to be collected. And then, yeah, let's get digging. I kind of think it'd be cool to have, you know, filled out so much of those chests, with all of this stuff. Alright, let's dig this down. keep on digging this out. And the good thing is by doing this, like, I've started to make it now, so each pass is actually kind of a bit smaller now. Like, we're not doing everything in such, well, it doesn't take as long if I just keep, you know, digging out bigger parts of the area, basically, inevitably. Alright, do. Yeah, no. But, no, I kind of do want to have, a time where MDOT is just getting streamed, like, consistently, and, you know, whenever MDOT finally moves into a full, like, digital game, for people, I think that it will, I think that MDOT will gain much more traction once it's got, like, a Steam release or whatnot. Like, I genuinely think that MDOT is a good game. It just is mayhaps a bit complex as a tabletop. Which is something I seem to just have a continuation of doing. So, yeah, no. We love how it be. Oop-de-doo. Doop-de-woo. Alrighty. No, I've just been having fun, basically. God. This hole is so big. Such a big hole. You know, the funny thing is there was a modded Minecraft series that I had started for a while, where I was going to build a giant Minecraft game using like Create Mod and everything else like that. The sad thing is just the server lost traction way too quickly. Like I was 100% down to run it for like a couple of months. And you know, I thought some people were going to be too, at least. It lasted 2 months and then it died. Nobody else really did anything with it. So I ended up, because a lot of those early months was me planning, digging out, you know, everything like that, getting everything made. There was so much that I wanted to get done that I just couldn't get done in the server. I ended up being like the least progressed person, but the biggest area worked in. Like, I had a giant hole. It was going to be an 8 chunk by 8 chunk hole. And it took relatively about an hour for the Create quarry to dig out each hole, you know, so that I could do stuff. And then I never got the time to finish it. And it made me so sad, because I was genuinely in the point of like, it'd be so sick to get to be able to do it. And the reason I had done an 8x8 is because that way what I was going to do is I was going to basically use the chunk loading mod that we had to load like the corners at all times, and just make it so that way, you know, like as you ran around, the entire area was loaded at any given time, and you know, was like basically a usable like game from all aspects of it. And just, I had like this whole cool city planned out for it. Like, it was gonna be insane. I really wish that I actually got to continue that, and you know, it would have been really fun to do. Especially because like I would have actually gotten really good at building with it too. The series never had the time, and I never had the capability to, and you know, I wanted to make it something that I would record every so often and just have fun with, and you know, do some crazy things with it. I had one episode fully recorded, but I never like dedicated myself to releasing the videos because, you know, like I didn't want to post the series and have it end without reaching its goals. And that has always been my thing, is I refuse to end series without reaching goals. Like, I just don't do that, basically. Do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do. Dig all of this. Oh my gosh. You know what? This is so rare that, like, I can't not, you know, grab a few blocks of this. Like, this is that rare and fancy to get some that, like, you see any of it, you might as well type thing. Let me just make sure that I got everything. There we go. Yeah, no, I'm so glad that we found the deep slate coal. It's so rare to get deep slate coal, and we found it. Of course, we find it while digging our giant hole, though. Do-do-do. Alrighty, and perfect. I also need to dig that out. Also, you know what? I should have been putting some torches over here as I dig. There we go. Dig out all of this gravel real quick. And doink. There we go. And keep on a-digging. Keep on a-digging. This is my job. I dig a hole. God. The fact that we've filled up on this much stuff, though, that quickly is surprising to me. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you do these big, giant passes all in one go, is you get a lot of stuff all at once. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me that we're getting a bunch of stuff all at once. Also, my mouse is being laggy right now. Damn wireless mouses. I might need to go buy some new batteries soon for it. That's probably what it is I just need to get some new batteries here soon. I mean, they last me a couple of month each on each of them, and I did run out of batteries in my backlog recently, so, you know, that's probably one of the things I just, you know, buy soon. Do-do-do. And yoink, 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 yoink. Yeah, no. Being as I am in college, like, I do have a lot of, I do get to have a lot of fun with, random stuff. What am I talking about? My brain is crashing. I'm running out of yaps. My yaps per hour has reached a critical number, and now I'm running out of things to logically yap about. I just made it sound like I go to parties. I don't. I do not go to parties. I am not a party goer. I have never been a party goer. I do not like doing parties. I am very much a solitary, on my own type person who just enjoys, you know, peace and quiet sometimes and has fun, you know, chillaxing. And I am chill, basically, is the best way to put it. I truly am just a chill guy. I do not party. What am I on about? Oh, you know what else is great? I finally got done with the grind to set up for Uma stuff recently. I now will probably be able to put out pretty good S-rank Taijins now. You know, best character in all of Uma, Narita Taijin, best character in the game. Such amazing, such me, such wow. Me have favorite character. It's Taijin. Again, one of those things where I jokingly say, like, you know, somebody ever wants to make fan art that would make me unbelievably happy, you make fan art of me doing me and Uma stuff with Taijin. Like, there you go. That is your good fan art idea that makes me super happy. You know what else? I really want to get like a good fan art. Like, I want to get more fan art. Like, if I had a good fan base who did a bunch of fan art, like, trust me, I would be showing it every episode. I would use it as thumbnails. I would be like, you know, this person is amazing. This person is wonderful. Like, thank you for your fan art. You're an amazing person. Like, mwah. Love this. Thank you. Of course, you know, I'd use it as thumbnails with their permission, obviously. Like, you know, I don't want to be a thief to their artwork if they don't want me to use it as a thumbnail or whatnot. But, like, it is genuinely, like, something that has been like, oh my gosh, I would love to have fan art. And the only fan art I've received is mocking fan art so far. So, you know, like, not fan art that, also it's mocking fan art from people who are within the, MDOT team. So, you know, I don't even get to really logistically use that as fan art because it's not really fan art. It's more just like a, you owe me this one, dat boy, and therefore they just throw me into a pit of yassification, as they call it. Ugh, one of the weirdest things that I have ever been given that I do not want to have to deal with ever again. Oh my god. We're almost at the bottom of this one. Oh, hey, look, more diamonds that we're not gonna grab on that. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Dig, dig, dig. Yep, almost there. Almost there. And once we are fully there, I get to breathe a sigh of relief because then everything will be good with the world. I can breathe, I can smile, and I will end the stream and go work on more MDOT stuff because I've got a lot of enemies I need to place. I've got music that needs written. I've got a lot of things that need to get done by tomorrow for the stream. I also need to go bother the thumbnail artist because I'm not sure if Tem has fully been working on it yet. Let's see here. Dig, dig, dig. Yoink, 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 yoink. Doot, 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 boop, 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 boo, doot, 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 boop, boo, doot, 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 boop, 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 bum, 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 boop, ba-doop, ba-doo, doo, 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 boop, 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 boop. I don't know why I did that. I just felt like it. Alrighty. Yep, there is the last of that to dig. I'm gonna go dump some stuff off real quick, and then we're gonna go pick all that up. You know, take what I can. I mine that way too quickly. Woo! Spin the mouse. Alrighty, there we go. Doot 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 doot. And there we go. Alrighty. Yoink. There we go. And alrighty. I said, alrighty. Whoop-de-doop. Yeah, got some pretty decent progress on that. I mean, that is a relatively big hole to have there. Let's grab all of the loose ores that I have gathered up while we've been here. Just prep to, you know, put them into the collection where necessary. I keep seeing particles. I think I'm going crazy. That was me unintentionally placing that. Yeah, let's go shove all of this into the collection real quick, just to be sure that, you know, we've gotten everything we could out of today's episode. And... nope. Almost got in there with Toaster. Doink. Doink. And there we go. Alrighty. Let's see here. So, what are we missing? This is the wrong side. It's over here. What are we missing over here? So, we've got stone, gold, and redstone, which we're missing. Gotten all those. Deep slate coal. That one gets to come out. Deep slate copper we're missing. Deep slate lapis we just got. Yeah. Alright, so those... oh, and stone lapis gets to go right there. We go. Just do that real quick. Dump some of these where they belong. I said dump these where they belong, not where they don't belong. That way I've at least got them cleared out, you know. And coal ore. Perfect. Alrighty. There we go. That is nice and neat and wonderful. I do love that we've legitimately gotten these all nice and neatly set up. We're only missing stone diamonds, deep slate copper, gold, and red stone ores. Yeah, there we go. Oop-de-doo. Alrighty, and gonna just dump the extra signs into there, and with that, everybody, like I said, I think this is a relatively good spot to call it a stream, just because, yeah, no. I've been alone yapping for too long. It's gotten weird, and I've got M.Dot stuff to go work on, so I'm going to work on that. Anyways, with that all said and done, everybody, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed this. If you are here, you know, watching it post-stream existence. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Whoop-dee-doo. I love the music.